Hello, everyone. Welcome to this very, very special episode of our podcast. My name is Sophia.
And I'm Mason. We're really excited today because we're going to be discussing something that's on a lot of people's minds lately: the future of artificial intelligence and how it's going to impact jobs and daily life. It's a huge topic, and we're going to break it down in a way that's easy to understand, especially for those of you who are learning English at an upper intermediate and advanced level.
Yes, AI artificial intelligence is something that we hear about all the time. But what does it actually mean for us, for our jobs, and for our everyday lives? It's not just about robots taking over, right?
Exactly. When people hear artificial intelligence, they often think of science fiction movies where robots replace humans completely. But the reality is a lot more complicated and interesting than that. AI is already a part of our lives in ways we might not even realize.
Right, like when you use your smartphone to ask for directions or when you get personalized recommendations for music or videos online. All of those features are powered by AI, but that's just the beginning. AI is evolving fast, and it's going to change how we live and work in ways we're just starting to see.
One of the biggest questions people have is, will AI take our jobs? That's a really important topic because it affects everyone. Some jobs might disappear, but new jobs will also be created. And a lot of jobs will just change, meaning people will need to learn new skills. The key is figuring out how to adapt.
Yes, AI can do things like recognize patterns, make decisions based on data, and even learn from its own mistakes just like humans do. But that doesn't mean AI can replace everything we do. There are many things that AI can't do, at least not yet, and this is where humans still play a very important role.
For example, AI is great at repetitive tasks, things like sorting information or analyzing data quickly. But what about creativity or understanding emotions? These are things that humans do really well. In fact, many experts think that AI will work best when it's used alongside humans, not instead of them.
That's a great point, Mason. Jobs in the future might look different, but people who can work with AI, who can use technology to do their jobs better, are going to be in high demand. And we're not just talking about tech jobs. This is going to affect all kinds of industries from healthcare to education to even jobs in creative fields like design and writing.
Exactly. Think about something like healthcare. AI can help doctors diagnose diseases faster by analyzing medical images or patient data more quickly than a human ever could. But AI can't replace the human touch that comes with being a good doctor talking to patients, understanding their concerns, and making decisions that aren't just based on data.
And that's why, even though AI is getting better and better at some tasks, it's not going to take over completely. Instead, it will likely make our jobs more interesting by taking care of the routine parts, so that we can focus on the parts that require creativity, empathy, and human insight.
It's also important to think about the kinds of new jobs AI might create. For example, people will be needed to design, maintain, and improve AI systems. And as technology becomes more advanced, there will be jobs we can't even imagine yet. This has happened before with other big changes in technology, like the internet.
That's true. And speaking of new jobs, AI could also help us solve some big problems in the world, like climate change or finding cures for diseases. The more advanced AI becomes, the more it can help us in these areas.
Yes, and that's where AI's real potential lies, working with humans to do things that are good for society. But for that to happen, we need to be ready for change. That means learning new skills and being open to new ways of working.
Exactly, Mason. Being ready for change is the key. As AI continues to grow and evolve, it's not just about the technology itself, but how we as humans adapt to it. It's about building the right skills, developing the mindset to embrace technology, and understanding that the future of work will look different than what we're used to.
Yes, and that's something people sometimes find hard to accept. Change can be scary, especially when it feels like it's happening so fast. But if we think about it, humans have always had to adapt to new technologies. Look at how computers changed the workplace, or how the internet changed the way we communicate and do business.
Absolutely. There was a time when people were worried about computers taking jobs, too. But what happened? New industries were created, and many jobs became more efficient and productive because of computers. AI will probably follow a similar path, don't you think?
I do. And the best part is that AI can help us focus on the things that really matter. By automating repetitive tasks, we can spend more time on problem solving, creativity, and connecting with others, things that AI still can't do well. It's about using AI as a tool to make our lives easier, not something to fear.
Exactly. It's a tool, not a replacement. And when we think about the future, we also need to consider how AI will change our daily lives, not just our jobs. It's already making things like transportation, shopping, and even entertainment more convenient. But what happens when AI becomes even more integrated into our routines?
That's a fascinating question. Think about self-driving cars, for example. In the future, AI could make transportation safer and more efficient. No more worrying about traffic or parking. You just get in, tell the car where to go, and AI takes care of the rest.
And it's not just cars. Smart homes are becoming more common, with AI helping people control everything from their lights to their security systems. AI can even learn your habits, like when you wake up or what temperature you like your home to be, so it can make adjustments automatically.
That's true, and I think as AI becomes more advanced, we'll see even more of these conveniences in our daily lives. But it's also important to think about the balance. While AI can help us in many ways, we have to make sure it's used in a way that benefits everyone, not just a few.
Right. There's a lot of excitement about AI, but there are also concerns. For example, how do we ensure AI is fair and doesn't reinforce biases? Or how do we protect our privacy when AI can collect so much data about us? These are important questions we'll need to address as AI continues to develop.
That's such an important point, Sophia. With all this progress, there are ethical challenges to consider. AI can be a powerful tool for good, but we have to make sure it's used responsibly. Governments, companies, and individuals all need to think carefully about how AI is designed and implemented.
Exactly. It's not just about creating smarter machines, it's about creating machines that help create a better world. And that's where we, as humans, come in. We need to make sure AI works for us, not against us. It's about keeping that balance between technological innovation and human values.
And that brings us to an interesting point. How do we prepare for this AI-driven future? It's not just about learning technical skills, but also developing what we might call human skills, like critical thinking, creativity, and emotional intelligence. These are things that, so far, only humans can do well.
You're absolutely right, Mason. Those human skills are going to be more important than ever. AI can process information quickly, but it can't think creatively or understand complex human emotions the way we can. So, as AI handles more routine tasks, people who can think outside the box, solve problems in innovative ways, and connect with others on an emotional level will be highly valued.
Yes, and it's interesting to think about how we might redefine what work means in the future. If AI is taking care of a lot of the technical, repetitive stuff, then people will have more time to focus on things that are meaningful, like collaboration, creativity, and social interaction. Maybe jobs will become less about tasks and more about relationships and ideas.
That's an exciting possibility. Imagine a world where work isn't just about doing the same thing every day, but about coming up with new ideas, exploring new opportunities, and connecting with people in deeper ways. It could change how we view productivity, too. It might not be about how many hours you work, but the quality of the ideas you bring to the table.
Exactly. And the impact of AI goes beyond just the workplace. Think about education. For example, AI could revolutionize how we learn. Instead of a one-size-fits-all approach, AI could create personalized learning experiences, adapting to each student's strengths and weaknesses. That could mean faster learning, better results, and a more enjoyable experience for students.
That's so true. With AI, students could get instant feedback on their work, and teachers could focus on providing more support where it's really needed. It's like having a personal tutor for every student. And beyond school, adults will also need to keep learning throughout their careers, as AI will change the skills we need over time.
Exactly. Lifelong learning will be essential. Since AI is evolving so quickly, it's likely that the skills we learn today might need to be updated regularly. People will need to be flexible and willing to learn new things throughout their lives. And that could actually make work more interesting, don't you think?
Definitely. It's a shift from thinking about education as something you finish when you leave school to seeing it as an ongoing process. With AI changing industries and jobs, staying curious and being open to learning new skills will be critical. And that's not just about technical skills. It's also about learning how to collaborate with AI and how to make the most of it.
Exactly. And another important aspect to consider is how AI can improve our personal lives. Beyond work and education, AI is already helping people manage their time, stay healthy, and even find balance in their day-to-day activities. We're already seeing this with health apps that track your steps, sleep patterns, and give personalized tips on staying fit. AI can really help improve our quality of life if we use it the right way.
Yes, it's not just about big industries. AI can make a difference in the small, everyday moments, too. Whether it's helping us make better decisions, reminding us to take care of ourselves, or simply making our daily tasks easier, AI has the potential to enhance our lives in ways we might not even notice at first.
That's what's so exciting about it. AI is going to be everywhere, and we're already starting to see how it can help us in unexpected ways. The question is, how do we shape this future to make sure that AI serves all of us, not just a few?
Exactly. It's about being mindful of how we integrate AI into our world. We need to ensure that it's accessible and fair, so that everyone benefits. This is where ethics comes into play, and it's something that governments, businesses, and everyday people need to think about. We can't just focus on what AI can do, we also have to think about what it should do.
And that's a conversation that will need to continue as AI grows more powerful. It's not just about developing technology, but about developing it responsibly so that it reflects the values we care about as a society.
Exactly, Mason. Responsibility is key. As AI continues to advance, it's important that we, as a society, make sure it's being used in ways that benefit everyone. That means thinking carefully about things like fairness, equality, and how AI is distributed. We don't want to live in a world where only a few people have access to the advantages that AI offers.
That's such an important point, Sophia. AI has the potential to do amazing things, but if we're not careful, it could also widen gaps like the gap between those who have access to technology and those who don't. We need to make sure that AI doesn't just help those at the top, but also lifts up communities that might be left behind.
Yes, and that's why it's important for all of us to be part of the conversation about AI. It's not just something for scientists or tech companies to think about. The choices we make about how to use AI will affect everyone, so everyone should have a voice in shaping that future.
Exactly. And it's about thinking beyond the present moment. AI is moving fast, but we need to keep our long-term goals in mind. What kind of world do we want to live in? How can AI help us build that world while staying true to the values that are important to us, things like fairness, creativity, and human connection?
That's such a powerful question, Mason. The future of AI is really about the future of humanity. It's about how we can use this incredible technology to solve problems, improve lives, and create opportunities for everyone. But it's up to us to guide that progress in the right direction.
Right, and it's a future that will require all of us to be adaptable, thoughtful, and open to learning. AI may change the way we work, learn, and live, but we're the ones who decide how to use it. If we stay curious and engaged, we can make sure that AI is a force for good in our world.
Exactly. AI has the potential to be a powerful tool for positive change, but it's up to us to make sure it's used wisely. The future isn't something that just happens to us, it's something we shape with the choices we make today. So, as we move forward with AI, let's keep that in mind.
Absolutely. The future of artificial intelligence is exciting, and while there will be challenges, there will also be incredible opportunities. If we work together, we can make sure that AI helps us create a better world, one that's not just more efficient, but more humane.
And with that, I think we've covered a lot of ground in this conversation about AI and its impact on jobs and daily life. It's a topic that's going to continue evolving, but the most important thing to remember is that we're all part of this journey. Together, we can make the future of AI something that works for everyone.
Well said, Sophia, and thank you to everyone who's been with us for this discussion. We hope you found it as fascinating as we did. AI is such an important topic, and there's so much more to explore in the coming years.
Absolutely. Thank you all for listening, and remember to keep learning, stay curious, and don't be afraid of change. It's just another opportunity to grow. We'll see you next time.
Goodbye, everyone.
Goodbye.